Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, and I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're going to be speaking on Miami rapper Baby Cino, who was shot and killed only 30 minutes after being released from jail. March 15th, 2022, a detective in Miami's Opa-locka neighborhood observed a gray Infiniti with a temporary tag traveling westbound on Opa-locka Boulevard, and an obstruction over the tag made the license plate unreadable. The detective conducted a traffic stop on the vehicle at the intersection of Opa-locka Boulevard and 19th Ave, and while approaching the vehicle, he noticed the driver reaching over the passenger area as if to conceal something, specifically an object consistent with the shape of a firearm. The driver was identified as 20-year-old Timothy Stocks, who's more commonly known as the Miami rapper Baby Cino, and a search of the vehicle was conducted after he stepped out of the driver's seat. Inside of the glove compartment was a fully loaded Glock 32 chambered in .357 SIG, and because of Cino's age and obvious lack of a concealed carry permit, he was arrested and charged with carrying a concealed firearm. The time was 9:45 p.m. Booked into Miami's TGK Correctional Center, it was now 2 a.m., and Cino would have to spend the next few hours in a cell before going in front of a judge. As the hours passed, Cino made his first appearance in court, and a judge granted him a $5,000 bond. As his release was being processed, his life was unknowingly about to meet its end, and the clock was ticking. It was 2:10 in the afternoon when correction staff documented Cino's release. He was picked up in a red Nissan driven by a friend, and exiting the jail, they'd drive only a block away before turning onto the Palmetto Expressway. It was roughly 11 minutes later when gunfire erupted. Bullets pierced the Nissan, striking both the driver and Cino as the driver lost control, crashing into a barrier on the expressway. The shooting itself was over just as fast as it started. The driver was shot in the stomach, Cino was shot multiple times, and the reality he once knew began to fade away as his body was shutting down. 911 calls from passing vehicles began to pour in at 2:45 p.m., stating a man with an AK-47 had shot up a car. Police arrived on scene, airlifting the 20-year-old driver to a nearby hospital as Baby Cino was pronounced dead at the scene, his jail wristband still attached. Roughly 40 shell casings were found at the scene, as over 28 holes could be counted in the windshield and hood of the car after passing through the vehicle, and most likely passing through the bodies of the two 20-year-olds. The driver was transported in critical but listed in stable condition at the hospital, as his mom spoke with investigators stating she was on the phone with him at the time of the shooting. He was driving her car, she knew he'd picked up his friend from jail, and he said he was getting followed by a gray Jeep Cherokee that had tried to cut them off. With the news of the rapper's death spreading through the media, it's been said he was affiliated with the Boss Life street gang in Miami's Little Haiti neighborhood. With only one music video posted to YouTube, he can be seen by an apartment building on 56th and 3rd Ave, and the song itself was dedicated to 18-year-old Gary Laguerre, who went by Mello. He was found shot multiple times with a high-powered rifle outside of a corner store in Brown Sub. At this time, investigators are looking into the obvious, that Baby Cino was followed from the jail and ambushed on the expressway where cameras are limited, and while many witnesses saw the actual shooting, no suspects are in custody at this time. Now, as much as this is a wild one, we can't say that we haven't heard of this before. I mean, there's been other cases, not many, but Chicago, Bobo, that was one of the biggest cases of somebody coming out of jail getting shot immediately. Then you had KTS Dre, shot immediately after getting out of jail. In this case, the kid got onto the expressway, was 11 minutes away when somebody pulled up and just started shooting out of the vehicle. And I mean, for somebody else to be on the expressway and watch this shit go down and be close enough to say, hey, the shooter had an AK-47, Buddy must have been hanging out of the fucking window with that thing and just letting it go. And this is coming right after the murder of the other Miami rapper Wavy Navy Pooh, who was from Brown Sub, and he was gunned down in a similar situation, not leaving jail. He was actually leaving the zoo or driving past the zoo with his family when his car was blazed with a shitload of bullets. Now, there isn't much of an explanation I can give to this. We don't have an arrest, and to be honest with you, he wasn't really a well-known rapper. He didn't have a major following in any sense. He literally had one music video posted to YouTube, but that in itself is enough to get you killed, especially if you're affiliated with the streets, and I highly doubt he got killed over his music. I'm thinking he more so just got killed because he's beefing, and he's from fucking Miami. Miami is known for murder. But I'm interested in hearing how the police are gonna put this one together, because there has to be cameras. Somebody made a phone call to somebody saying that he was getting released. They saw the vehicle that he got into, meaning most likely the people that are involved in this were at the jail, near the jail at the time, watched him get into the red Nissan, and drove off, because it damn sure wouldn't make sense for his own friend to sell him out and his friend get shot in the process. Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. So we can throw out that hypothetical, but 9 times out of 9 they were followed, and that gives the chance that the shooters are going to be seen on camera inside of their vehicle. But to be 20 years old, shot to death with an AK-47, and literally die 30 minutes after getting out of jail, to the point that as you're bleeding out, you die with the jail ID still on your wrist, it's fucking crazy, and it shouldn't be happening, but unfortunately it does. But let me know what y'all thoughts and comments are in the comment section. It's 1090J. I'm gonna keep y'all updated on this case if any updates come out. I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. Till next time.